How did Adolf Hitler, a powerful and controversial historical figure, rise to power in a democratic nation? The story begins in the aftermath of World War I. In 1918, the German Empire was on the brink of collapse. With the Allied forces advancing, Germany realized that the war was unwinnable and signed an armistice to end the fighting. However, the country plunged into chaos as the imperial government fell apart. Workers' strikes and civil unrest spread across the nation. Fearing a potential revolution, political parties united in an effort to stabilize the situation, leading to the establishment of the Weimar Republic. The Treaty of Versailles, which followed, demanded Germany pay heavy reparations, lose a significant portion of its territory, and limit its military capabilities. The economy was left in ruins, and many Germans saw this as a national humiliation. Some veterans and nationalists believed the country could have won the war if not for internal betrayal. This myth became central to the ideology of many groups, including Adolf Hitler. Hitler's hatred for the treaty and his extreme views began to grow. He targeted the Jewish community, blaming them for Germany's hardships. At the time, though many Jews were integrated into German society, anti-Semitism was widespread, and some believed that Jews were responsible for the country's struggles. These views, rooted in fear and misinformation, resonated with parts of the population. When Hitler joined a small nationalist political group, he quickly gained attention with his powerful speeches, eventually leading the party. The Nazis promoted the idea that communism and capitalism were both part of a larger conspiracy against Germany. Although the Nazi Party initially struggled, a turning point came with the Great Depression in 1929. The economic collapse caused widespread unemployment and hardship. Hitler seized on the widespread anger, offering easy scapegoats and promises to restore Germany's former strength. As the Weimar Republic faltered and other political groups failed to unite, the Nazis saw their parliamentary support grow significantly, from under 3% to over 18% in just 2 years. In 1932, Hitler ran for president. While he lost to General von Hindenburg, his 36% of the vote demonstrated growing support for his movement. A year later, behind political maneuvering, Hindenburg appointed Hitler as Chancellor of Germany. Despite being initially limited to the role of administrator, Hitler began consolidating power, using his growing influence to push forward his agenda. Hitler's rise was fueled by his ability to manipulate public fears, particularly fears of a communist uprising. In 1933, after a fire at the Reichstag, Parliament building, Hitler used the event to push for emergency powers. Within months, freedoms of the press and assembly were restricted, opposition parties were banned, and discriminatory laws were enacted. Political opponents, including early Nazi supporters who posed a threat, were arrested or executed. When President Hindenburg died in 1934, Hitler became the undisputed leader of Germany, with no elections to challenge his power. What is truly chilling is that Hitler's early rise didn't require widespread force or violence. His persuasive speeches tapped into the fears and frustrations of the people. Many intellectuals and business leaders supported him, convincing themselves that his more extreme views were just for show, not realizing the danger of his rhetoric. Hitler's ascent is a stark reminder of how fragile democracy can be when fear and frustration are exploited by a leader who promises to restore national pride while using blame and division to strengthen his grip on power. I have been your host, Myths and Legends.